Hello Manchester United fans. Mathys Tel's agent sends forward message as Man United target agrees deadline day transfer. Bayern Munich winger Mathys Tel was shortlisted as a target on deadline day by Manchester United after Marcus Rashford left on Sunday evening. Mathys Tel's agent Gadiri Kamara has shared that he is on a private flight believed to be heading for England after the Bayern Munich winger U-turned on his decision to join Tottenham Hotspur. Last week, Manchester United outlined their intention to negotiate a deal with Bayern Munich for the 19-year-old after he declared his intention to leave the club. Spurs were first to make a bid for Tel of £50 million, which was accepted by the German club, but the winger rejected it as he wanted to keep his options open in the summer. With United losing Marcus Rashford on Sunday evening, they have been on the lookout for a replacement but were not willing to agree a substantial obligation to buy. As the Reds' interest began to cool, it appears that Tel has changed his mind on a move to Spurs. According to journalist Fabrizio Romano, Tel has agreed a loan to Spurs with no obligation to purchase him in the summer. Bayern are believed to have accepted Tel's position of only wanting to move on loan, and now he is on the way with his agent Kamara to London. Our sister title Football.London reports that the structure of the deal has not yet been fully agreed, but Tel will sign for Tottenham on loan. Spurs would like a permanent arrangement to be inserted into the move. Kamara has now confirmed he is on a flight, posting an image on Instagram of himself on a plane with the caption, "May Allah bless you," accompanied with a sand timer emoji. With Tel seemingly off the table now, the Reds may look at alternative players they could attract. The Manchester Evening News understands that United are not desperate to add a left winger to their squad, particularly seen as though Rashford was a fringe player before his exit. Alejandro Garnacho all but confirms he is not leaving Manchester United today in social media post. Manchester United forward Alejandro Garnacho has all but confirmed that he is not leaving the Old Trafford club today in a social media post this afternoon. The Argentine has been linked with joining Napoli and Chelsea since the beginning of the January transfer window, but he is already looking forward to playing for the Red Devils in the FA Cup on Friday when they take on Leicester City. Garnacho took to Instagram to react to the Premier League defeat against Crystal Palace on Sunday by posting concerning the upcoming game. He would have been silent had there been the possibility of an exit today, and Man United are not expected to make any signings either. They have sanctioned the loan exit of Marcus Rashford to Aston Villa but will not be bringing in a direct replacement as they need to sell first to sign players. The Red Devils have been linked with Bayern Munich striker Mathys Tel, but the Frenchman is heading elsewhere and Garnacho will not be leaving the club. Man United head coach Ruben Amorim played Kobbie Mainoo as a number 9 against the Eagles yesterday, leaving both Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee out of his starting 11. And the Portuguese could do with another striker right now. However, none will be arriving today from the look of things, and he would have to make do with his current options until the summer transfer window. The onus is now on Garnacho and other attackers to prove themselves between now and the end of the season, given that a major squad overhaul is expected in the summer. Failure to impress could lead to his exit, and he has himself to blame that he has been deemed sellable in recent weeks despite being once considered as the future of the club alongside Højlund and Mainoo. Simon Jordan delivers brutal Marcus Rashford transfer verdict as he makes Jhon Duran comparison. Aston Villa have signed Marcus Rashford from Manchester United on a loan deal until the end of the season. Simon Jordan is convinced that the change of scenery will benefit Marcus Rashford and, by extension, Aston Villa after they struck a loan deal with Manchester United, which secured his services for the rest of the season. Rashford has had a pretty rough few weeks after the appointment of Ruben Amorim, which has proven to be the catalyst for his Old Trafford departure. The Red Devils sanctioned his exit on Sunday evening, and Rashford will play for Villa for the remainder of the season before deciding in the summer where his long-term future lies. Given the number 9 shirt, vacated by Jhon Duran, who has joined Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League, he could make his debut against Tottenham. Jordan is sure that the short-term arrangement will bear fruit for Villa and Rashford, but he was less than complimentary about the forward's character and critical of his attitude, which he is of the opinion has prompted the switch midway through the season. That's probably the driving factor, the reason why Villa got him, because they're probably the only club who could go to that level of compensating United, Jordan told TalkSport. They've replaced one temperamental, truculent, entitled player with another, it would appear. Duran has gone out to Saudi because he can't get what he wants at Villa. At 21 years of age, he has gone to play substandard football because he wants a bag of money. Rashford gets a bag of money and does bugger all for it. What do I think? I think it's likely to be a good transaction for both football clubs. Do I think that Rashford will perform at Aston Villa? You bet your bottom dollar he will, like Aubameyang did when he went from Arsenal on loan to Barcelona for 5 minutes. Then normal service resumes. I think Villa will be fine with him. I think he'll go into a job because he has to, because if he goes to Aston Villa, despite the fact he's got to pick up the tempo of not having played for 6 or 7 weeks, he will. He is 27 years of age. His problem isn't physical. His problem is his attitude. Bad-mouthed, Marcus Rashford told he could get Ruben Amorim. Man United sack Aston Villa completed the loan capture of Marcus Rashford from Manchester United last night. Paul Merson believes Marcus Rashford will use Ruben Amorim's decision to freeze him out of the Manchester United squad as motivation to prove a point at Aston Villa. The 27-year-old completed his loan switch to Villa on Sunday, and the club holds an option to buy him in the summer for £40 million. He wasn't included in the last 12 United matchday squads by Amorim, and accepted the offer Villa presented as he believes Unai Emery will give him the best chance of rediscovering his form. He's having an unbelievable opportunity. He's going to one of the top teams in the Manchester United to reject short-term targets on transfer deadline day. The transfer window closes at 11 p.m. tonight, and Man United have not made an attacking signing since the turn of the year. Manchester United are adamant they will not make a panic buy before the transfer window shuts at 11 p.m. tonight. United head coach Ruben Amorim reiterated on Sunday the club will try everything to sign a forward amid interest in Bayern Munich teenager Mathys Tel and Christopher Nkunku at Chelsea. No prospective deal is currently developing, and sources have stressed United have no intention of recruiting any short-term or stopgap players who could compromise the club's budget in the summer. United maintain their focus is on building for the long term, and planning is already underway for the summer transfer window. The club remain in the market for an attacking reinforcement before the deadline this evening. Representatives of Sporting winger Giovanni Quenda have denied that United are in negotiations to sign the teenager today. United remain interested in Quenda, who made his debut under Amorim. United lost for the 7th time at Old Trafford this season in a 2-0 reverse to Crystal Palace on Sunday, and their goal difference is now an embarrassing -6. Amorim dropped strikers Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee against Palace as midfielder Kobbie Mainoo played up front for the first time, yet United failed to score in the 9th match this term. United have allowed forwards Marcus Rashford, Antony and Ethan Wheatley to leave on loan in the winter window without recruiting an attacker so far. We are trying everything to improve the team without doing mistakes of the past, Amorim said on Sunday, and trying to balance the urgency of the moment. We know all of the aspects of our club in the moment, but we are trying everything. There is one more day. Let's wait until the window closes. We have to improve as a team to score goals, and we are trying the best to improve the team. This market is really hard on the clubs. To make some deals here, it's hard. Then you have the urgency. Sometimes when you are in the moments you make mistakes. We are trying everything, guys. We want so bad to improve. I want so bad to improve the team. I know what the team needs, but sometimes it's possible or not. But we are trying everything. When a possible move for the 19-year-old Tel, who has not scored in 14 games this season, was mentioned, Amorim added, "When the window closes, we will see the players. I'm focused on improving the team as a group. We need to win more games, and we will try to do that. This season is like that. We need small improvements, try to win points, win the momentum, then we had setbacks and we go again. But it's clear we need to improve." Sky confirmed Man United targets medical set amid incredible twist in deadline day transfer. Manchester United's hopes of luring Mathys Tel to Carrington were dealt a deadly blow as the young striker is now set to join Tottenham Hotspur. The 19-year-old has been dominating the headlines over the last few days after requesting a January move due to his lack of playing time at Bayern Munich. The teenager is considered amongst the most exciting young talents in Europe, so it was only a matter of time before a host of top clubs all around the continent came knocking on the door. What followed was a back-and-forth transfer saga, with Spurs and United playing the lead roles, while the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal and Aston Villa were also mentioned as potential suitors. Over the last 48 hours, the Red Devils were keen to snatch the Frenchman's signature, especially when his transfer to Tottenham hit a snag. Nevertheless, the North Londoners mounted a deadline-day onslaught and have apparently succeeded in their attempts to land the youngster. Tottenham prevail in the race for Mathys Tel, according to Sky Sports D journalist Florian Plettenberg. Spurs managed to reach the finish following a dramatic late twist. So Tel is now on his way to London to complete a loan move with an option to buy at the end of the season. Incredible twist. Mathys Tel will undergo his medical with Tottenham today. It is expected to be a loan without an option to buy, posted the German journalist on his X account. Final details pending. He's on his way to London. Tel is now on the verge of joining, however. Transfer market expert Fabrizio Romano differs from Plettenberg on the formula, claiming it's a dry loan that doesn't include an option to buy. Either way, it remains to be seen if Man United will try to poach another attacker before the market doors slam shut in the next few hours. Alejandro Garnacho is now set to stay at Manchester United, as Napoli have reportedly found themselves an alternative. The Partenopei have been searching the market for a new left winger after selling their top star Kvicha Kvaratskhelia to Napoli for €75 million 10 days ago. The Serie A leaders have thus set their sights on Garnacho, whose status under Ruben Amorim appeared to be shaky in recent weeks. After all, the Argentine was omitted, alongside Marcus Rashford, from the matchday squad ahead of the Manchester Derby and had been struggling to break into the starting lineup since the arrival of the Portuguese tactician in November. Therefore, the Premier League giants sat at the table with the Italian giants in the hopes of finding an agreement, and even dropped their asking price at one stage. Nevertheless, this wasn't enough to bridge the gap between the two clubs, so the negotiations proved futile. Hence, Napoli resorted to other options, including Borussia Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi. But according to Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano, the management is now making important steps too.